Hi guys, BTech here. Today I'm going to show you how to install CachyOS on your system with dual boot to Windows 11. First, you need to download CachyOS. Use the link in the description to go to the official website and download the ISO file. Now what we need to do is create a separate partition to install CachyOS. For that, right-click on the Start button and select Disk Management. Here, I will select my second SSD to install CachyOS. You can do this on any drive you want. Right-click on the drive and then click Shrink Volume. Here you have to give the size for the new partition to install CachyOS. It is recommended to have more than 30 gigabytes for better performance. In my case, the maximum I can shrink my drive is 40 gigabytes, so I will shrink it. Now, keep that space as unallocated space. The next step is to create a bootable drive with CachyOS. For that, at least a 16 gigabyte USB drive is recommended. Insert the drive into the PC. Now open Rufus. If you haven't downloaded it, I will link the download in the description. In Rufus, select the USB drive and then the ISO file we downloaded. After that, check the partition scheme of the drive you have. For that, go to Disk Management, right-click on the drive, click Properties, and then go to the Volumes tab. Here you can see the partition style. In my case, the drive is in GPT, so I will select that in Rufus and click Start. This will take some time. Okay, now that's done. Shut down the PC. Now you have to enter the boot device options. You need to know the key to enter that, so search on Google if you don't know the key. For Dell laptops, it's the F12 key. Press the key repeatedly after clicking the power button, and you will boot into the boot device options. Here, select the USB drive and press Enter. Now a GRUB menu will appear. Select CachyOS and press Enter. Okay, now we have booted into CachyOS via the pen drive. In order to install it, we need an internet connection, so I will connect to my Wi-Fi. Now click Launch Installer. Choose the language, select the time zone, and choose the keyboard layout accordingly. Now choose the bootloader. I will choose GRUB, then click Next. Usually you can use the replace a partition method dual boot CachyOS, but in my case that doesn't work, so let's go with the manual method. In manual mode, we can see the 40 GB unallocated space that we shrank earlier. Here we need to create a 500 MB boot partition. Enter the size, choose the file system as FAT32, choose the mount point as /boot, and tick the boot flag. Then click OK. For the next free space, click Create, keep the size as it is, keep the file system as BTRFS, select the mount point as /, and click OK. Select the last partition that we created and click Next. If you get this kind of warning, go back and edit the boot partition and change the mount point to /boot/EFI. Then click OK. Keep the other partition as it is and click Next. Now the problem will be solved. Next, select the desktop environment. The recommended one is the Plasma desktop. It's user-friendly and highly customizable. I will leave the packages as default, but if you want, you can add additional packages. Click Next. Here, create a username and password. Set them up as you prefer and click Next. You will get a summary of your choices. Now click Install. This will take some time. Okay, now the installation is over. Check the Restart Now box and click Finish. While rebooting, remove the USB drive. Now we have successfully installed CachyOS on the PC, but you might notice that the Windows boot option is not available on the GRUB screen. Let's fix that. First, shut down the device. Turn it on again. In the GRUB screen, select Advanced Options. Then select the first option and press Enter. Now we will boot into the advanced version of CachyOS, where you can edit things more thoroughly. Open the console and enter these commands. You will have to enter your password here. Now change the GRUB timeout to 30 seconds and uncomment the required line. Press Ctrl-O to save the settings, then press Enter, and press Ctrl-X to exit. Now enter the following commands. Here you can see it found the Windows Boot Manager. Now reboot the system. And that's it, guys. Now you can boot into Windows as well. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe. Thank you.